And then so when you created the varsity jacket, bless you.
Bless you.
How was the whole like thought and process into it?
You talking about the piece I did for the Virgil joint?
Yeah,
right?
the Virgil joint.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of different things, man. It was kind of one of those situations to where, like, you know, I really respect Virgil's legacy and his imprint because I feel like he was a Renaissance man and like he created an ecosystem around himself that was larger than himself. And
Man, you've been waiting for the drum beater, drum beater, drum beater, drum beater.
Mama, beautiful people of Do Day Home, Do Day Studio, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff, you guys. It's your boy Dominic from Do Day Home, and I got my boy DJ Danny, DJ Felly Fell, DJ Remix right here. I got my boy Danny right here. Let's go.
Papa. We got the Shepherd of Leopard.
Whoa,
we got a
Shepherd
legend from
crazy.
season 2 of The Hype.
Yes, sir.
Now streaming
Let's go.
on Max.
Yeah,
we
say
got
that.
creator, designer, founder, owner of Lab 74. We got Mr. Alexzander.
what up, though? What's up with it, man? How y'all
AKA,
feeling?
what's up, AZ? How are you doing?
Hey, yo, I love that introduction. That was
course,
crazy. I ain't
of
gonna lie to
course.
you, my boy.
Let's
You know what I'm
go.
saying?
Let's
Needs to be
go.
right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mama, you guys, don't skip this part. The main sponsorship for this video is nothing but the best on the block on Melrose. It's Do Day Studio 7361 Melrose Avenue. If you guys like this videos, continue watching it. I know we got a bunch of videos lined up. You guys could continue watching it, all that good stuff. But don't forget, check us out at the shop 7361 Melrose Avenue at Do Day Studios. If not, check us out on Instagram at Do Day Studios, at Do Day Home, at Do Day Network, at Do Day Homme, Do Day Melrose, all that good stuff, you guys. And let's get back into the pod. This is a great one. I got the legend in the building. Let's go.
Yes,
He's a
sir.
legend. He's a legend. How's your day going, bro?
It's good, man. It's been a great day. You know what I'm saying? It's not raining. We got through Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Anything special happen in Christmas?
Yeah, man. I got to, actually give, man. Like I've been in a better season. Like God has been elevating my life, so I was able to be very generous and support some of my friends and their businesses, and that was my way of giving it away. I was able to, do some nice things to some people that I care about, and most importantly, man, I was able to, just be happy. You know what I'm saying? Live
That's
life.
beautiful.
It was like peaceful. It was different. Like, Christmases, I've been out here for like 4 years, and Christmases weren't always like the most gleeful things, not to get all sad. But like now they're good. I like Christmas.
What was the fit for Christmas?
It was underwear, man.
Oh, shit, that's crazy.
You copied Danny on that one.
Oh, shit. Okay, we did that. He was in the onesie.
Oh yeah, I did. I
all
was,
over
bro.
print.
I FaceTimed you and you were like, "Yo, what's up?"
I didn't answer that.
Yeah, but I just literally was in the crib, and then like I really did Christmas the day before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And I got to see my my brother and not my brother, but my sister and her boyfriend. We kicked it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I spent time with my best friend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was chill.
Were you raised here in LA?
I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Detroit. Oh, that's why you're feeling it with the Pistons,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Ah,
These the Pistons.
Talk about the
colors.
Pistons.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, we could talk about the business, but it's not a big thing, you know.
Yeah,
And when
yeah.
you just started like fashion over there in Detroit, or did you start it here?
I started over there, and matter of fact, these are actually the Pistons colors. So
Oh,
was
OG
gonna
ones,
say
right?
that.
yeah, so the pants they read East Side. You know what I'm saying? In another region. And then they have the teal, the red and the orange, and then they never did a black jersey, but I just kind of reimagined like if the Pistons did a black variation, you know what I mean? So I just kind of took those colors and inspired them into the pants or whatever. But I started in Detroit, man. Like it was kind of a process, man. I had all the hood dreams you could have. I wanted to be a basketball player, then I was gonna be a football player, then I was gonna be a rapper, then I was gonna be a singer, and then I started designing, and that shit worked.
It worked, bro. It really worked, bro.
The other ones didn't work out for us either.
Yeah, it didn't
We
work
had
out
to
for
land on
Danny.
designing.
Yeah, Danny was like a boxer, basketball player. Now he's
Danny
ping
was out
pong,
here
right?
whooping ass.
Now it's ping pong.
Now it's ping pong.
Word.
He was literally practicing before coming over here.
He was a softball. What was your stance like?
I was changing.
He was out here getting bodies, huh?
Yeah.
Word.
In the boots.
In the boots?
In the loafers.
In the loafers?
Yeah.
Word. In the thrillers. That's crazy.
What year did you start in fashion?
I started, so I'm going to tell you, it's crazy, man. My story kind of goes like this. Like, I was actually, for years, I remember people used to tell me I should design. Like, even when I was in high school, I was doing poetry, and I was, like, rapping, and people was like, oh, that's dope. But it was like, yo, you should make a clothing brand. People always would say it. And so it was kind of like this contrarian type of mentality where I was just like, kind of like, nah, I'm gonna make this rap. Y'all gonna like my raps. And they was like, no, bro, make some clothes. And I was like, no, you gonna hear these raps today.
Do you still remember like
link in the bio,
like what it sounded like?
What my music sounded like?
Yeah, like your first kind of like.
It sounded like I'm not doing it any longer.
Okay.
Is there some music out there?
We tried to clear the browser.
Try to clear.
You know, it might be on the dark web. You know what I'm saying? Where it belongs.
It's hard to clear the browser.
No. I mean, it was chill. Like, I tried to do like this whole like neo soul, alternative hip hop thing, kind of eclectic, did a little rock and roll. I was just throwing shit at the wall, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. But really, music led into fashion because basically in like 2019, I ended up opening up for Doja Cat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the culture creators, Backwoods and Bonfires, all those good people. But anyways, I am opening up for her because like it was a big festival too. Like it was a bunch of artists who ended up opening up for it. But long story long, I ended up connecting with her just organically. Like I did an interview kind of similar to this, like a month in advance, and I was like, I'm gonna meet her and da da da, and I was just joking, and it ended up really happening.
Manifesting it.
Yeah, type shit, man. And then like she was mad chill. Like she's like really good people. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that time, like you know that we were connecting. Like she was like right at that point of like about to be a superstar. Like she'd already did Move. Juicy that came out, but she was like 2 or 3 months before Say So on the Juicy remix. And we ended up.
Were you trying to get on the Juicy remix?
Was I trying to get on?
That's
the
what
Juicy?
I would have been trying to do.
Yeah, I was trying to get on the Juicy remix. All right.
Yo, remove Tiger's verse. Let me get one in.
Yeah. I would love to been on the Juicy remix. Yep. Nah.
When the Lab 74 got created?
Lab 74 was created like 2021. You know what I'm saying? But so let me try to finish that. I'm like long form. Sorry, I'll be talking a lot. But basically, I ended up opening up for her. I was working with this brand called Crush United. I sent her some stuff. She was super like receptive. You know, very reciprocal in her energy. She ended up wearing it at the BET Awards.
What was the piece that you ended up giving her?
It was I made like 2 or 3 pieces for her, but it was this brand I was working with called Crush United, and we were collaborating.
Yeah.
And it was like this little Kim like bomber jacket. And then basically, you know what I'm saying? She ended up wearing it a bunch. Like she wore it in a like Facebook interview. Like she wore it like an astronomical amount of times. Like she tagged us. She put it on her story. She posted it just randomly.
Yeah.
Like she really put a lot of energy into it. And then so people recognized me for that. Then I ended up doing New York Fashion Week. Ended up hosting the show with Clara Summers from Fashion Bomb Daily. Oh, wow. And then came to LA, and then it just, you know, it's the journey.
So that was your first fashion show that you did?
That was the first. I didn't actually participate in the fashion show. I came in more on the entertainment end. I was hosting. But yeah, that was my first thing, and I ended up meeting like a lot of good people out there, friends to this day, and then ended up coming out here from doing that to host a show for LA Fashion Week as a host. Yeah. And then basically what ended up happening was I don't like that happened. That's really nasty work. That didn't have to go that way. You know what I'm saying? But wait, now my hat's just being nasty. I don't like that. Okay, wait. Okay, is it good now?
Yeah.
You don't look silly, right?
No,
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't look silly, do I?
I think someone here looks silly, but you good. You chill.
You pink.
It's the other guy with the pink hat. But would you say that's when it kind of shifted from music to fashion?
Oh yeah. Because like the thing about music, man, it's like you know it's something that I always love, but it's a very tough industry.
Right.
And it was just one of those things where like, dude, I just wasn't like I wasn't recouping. You know what I mean? I was traveling, like I did like South by Southwest, and you know, opened up for some bigger artists and shit like that. And you know, I made some different publications. But it just wasn't making sense. But fashion just came naturally. Like you know what I mean? Like music felt like that girl that I liked. She didn't really like me, but she would like let me come around. But like not for real.
Damn.
And then fashion felt like that one that like was like, yo, I like something about you. I'm gonna build with you.
Oh shit.
You know, it's a little romantic, right?
You know when you see the one.
You know when you see it.
But
so I chose up.
So when was it that you like kind of decided to like push off from that and like really like put all into the fashion part?
When I came out here and it just lined up, man. I actually ended up coming out here and I basically I was like, you know, I had opportunities but I didn't have money. You know what I mean? And so I came out here like everybody else with like $200. I think that's just how it goes. You either come out here rich or with $200. One or the two. There's no other options. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit less than $200.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the quota though. That's the max. It's either 200 or you're rich. Or beneath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was walking down Melrose, man, and basically that's a whole crazy story in itself. But I was walking down Melrose and I was looking for a job because I was I was broke. And I need to stay out here. And then I ended up like walking on the street and I seen this group of dudes and they looked mad cool. So, and they were like looking at me. So I was like, yo, what's up? So we started talking, but they were like not really talking to me. And I was new, but I was happy and overzealous.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is kind of awkward. Turns out they didn't speak a lot of English. They were actually Latin artists from Colombia called Piso 21.
Oh, you know them?
Yeah. So a lady named Rami Randall, you know what I'm saying, that was their stylist at the time. She might still style them now. She had started, like, I see Prufe had started like pointing at my pants and shit. And I was just kind of like, I didn't know what was happening. And she's like, yo, we want you to, he wants to wear your pants for the Latin American Billboard Awards. But I had to take a flight the next day, so I had close family friend drop off the pants, you know what I'm saying, to her. And then I was at my day job back in Detroit. And then I was like really sick, so I couldn't watch the Latin American Billboard Awards, and I could have went. And then I was like, you know, forget it. And then I end up going to get my plane ticket. And I flew out here on late notice, and I figured it out, and I thugged it out. I worked at a pizza place when I first came out here, B.
What pizza place was it? Was it Prime Pizza?
No, it was actually, they closed. It was a place called Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yeah, it was down the street from me,
It
actually.
was fire though, or what?
Fairfax?
Yeah. No. It's over by, across the street from, where would it be? It's next door to the it's a Stacks Money Gangs, SMD.
Oh, yeah.
It's right over there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By Umbrella Taco. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to that later.
Yeah.
But I'll
Umbrella
say that
Taco, bro.
Umbrella Taco
That's fun.
slaps. You know what I'm saying? But basically, yeah, I end up working at a pizza place. I got fired. Of course. I got fired within a week. It was the quickest firing I ever had.
What'd you do to get fired?
I wore leather pants to work.
Damn. You were wearing like the pants that the homie wore at the awards?
No, not even, bro. They wasn't even really freaky. They was like matte leather pants. I had worn them before. But, you know what I'm saying? The owner I just wasn't his cup of tea. You know, I think he hired me because he, whatever. But then once he got around me, he was like, yeah, I ain't really rocking with dog. And he gave me this speech. He was just like, I'll never forget this, bro. And like the pizza, I'm going to be honest, I'm never a hater. That was some of the best pizza like in LA. That pizza was phenomenal. Never a hater.
Do you still remember the recipe?
I don't remember the recipe. I remember that shit was good, though.
Oh, shit. Text it to us.
And look, when I was broke, bro, that shit was delicious. You know what I'm saying? I was surviving off the shift pieces, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so, basically, long story long, G, like, I had I had wore the pants, and he basically was like, I'll never forget, I'm about to do my best impersonation of him.
Let's do it.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ready.
He goes, Alexzander, I can't.
Bruh.
Are you really? It's no way you're. I cannot today. I just thought I wouldn't. And I said, what's wrong? He said, what are those?
He said, what are those?
He said, what are those? Type shit, you know what I'm saying? And so I said, oh, they're just leather pants. I said, my regular black pants, I needed to wash them, yada, yada. So these all I had to wear. He's like, yeah, but I mean, you thought that was appropriate? I mean, I said, well, we don't really have a dress code here. He said, yeah, but I mean, and I was like, I wore them here before. But he's like, yeah, but you were just like new, and now you've been here for a little bit. So it just seems like you look around and you would know not to wear that. Like, I just can't, like, honestly, you should go home today. And I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I can just go. He's like, no, you're good. But let me tell you something, okay? Have you ever been somewhere where someone is the man?
Is it what?
Have you ever been somewhere where someone is the man?
What'd you say?
I said, I was like, what you mean? He's like, where somewhere is like, someone is like the person, like everyone looks like them. And, like somebody's like they're important, like people want. He said, so when you're here, like, I don't care what you have going on outside of here, right? When you're here, okay, I'm the man.
Damn.
And you need to look like me.
What did he look like? What was his fit?
I mean, he was like, 5'4" Armenian swag.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
And what do you think he goes to your Instagram right now and sees all the great things you're doing?
Coincidentally, we're gonna skip a couple chapters in this book and get to the good part, right? Coincidentally, I appreciate him because I ended up getting a job at Flamingos because I got fired from there, so it worked out. It was redirection and protection. Because he was kind of like, you ever watch like Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like when they have like kitchen nightmares? His food was good though. But like, you ever have like those chefs or like those owners, and they're like very let's say eccentric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, it was like TV. Like that shit was like something out of a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's Danny in the kitchen.
So would you
actually.
say you were the Gordon Ramsay to his eccentric ownership?
I was a disgusting dish to him, and he was Gordon Ramsay.
Oh damn.
So it's crazy though, because fast forwarding, I end up getting discovered to do the Hype, the TV show,
Yeah.
next door to the place I got fired for, wearing leather pants in my pants. Like literally next door, I got discovered in Umbrella.
When you got discovered, did you text him? I'm the man.
I should have. That'd have been
Yeah,
great.
you should have. And then you should have
bro.
taken a picture.
I should have. Yo, that's kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie to
Go
you, my
ahead.
boy.
Yeah,
You need to
use
create
it.
and direct my life, dog.
There you go.
I keep
Easy.
you on speed dial. What you mean?
But yeah. How did that happen when you got discovered? You were at Flamingo.
No, so at that time, I was actually working at another store. So I was basically subletting another space.
Yeah.
It was a store like maybe a couple blocks down, and I was meeting with my homie Kiani and his homie, and we went to go get Thai food, and I wanted to show his homie hospitality, so I ended up taking him to this place called Rum Meter. It actually ended up closing. Unfortunately, it's one of the best Thai food restaurants out here.
Can we get your goat Thai food, your Thai meal?
My goat Thai meal, oh bro, pineapple fried rice, extra cashews, extra green onions, extra
Sounds like
spicy.
yours.
You know what I'm saying? Thai tea with the vegan Bangkok wings.
Vegan Bangkok wings. I don't even know what those are.
Slap, bro. It's a slapper, dog.
Can those source those up later?
It's from God directly. It's straight sourced from heaven, bro. I'm trying to
So
tell you.
where do they have that at?
They got them at Summer Buffalo, and they had them at Rum Meter. The Rum Meter closed.
Can you clip that and send that to me?
Yo,
you
Thai
need that.
timing. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a foodie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you a foodie at heart?
At heart, bro. You can't tell. You don't see this big belly. That's what's keeping this mic up.
Hey,
You
I
know
think
what
we
I'm
all foodies. Facts.
saying?
Nice.
Yeah.
We hit that one right there. What's it called?
That's the one he's talking about. Summer
Oh, that's the
Buffalo,
one?
right? Am I bugging?
What?
The one right here down the street, Summer Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about. The one that we sat down and he told me about your life and stuff. But going back to it, so how was it when you got discovered?
It was cool, man. It was full circle. Like, I literally wasn't expecting it. It was actually a really interesting day because I remember people were just treating me real important that day. Like, this lady came up to me and, like, started
Right.
taking pictures of me.
So it
and
just
stuff.
felt like it all kind of
It
aligned.
lined up really crazy. And so my homie, he, like, darts across the street to get a pina colada. He's not even an alcoholic or nothing, but, like, dog was fiending. And so I ended up meeting them. You know, I walk, boom, boom. And then I come into, Umbrella Taco. And this dude approaches me. He's like, yo, and the pants that I had on actually coincidentally were pants that I made for this artist named Sada Baby.
Yeah.
And so like my style is somewhat out of what his wheelhouse was at the time.
Right.
So I was like taking photos in it to kind of show him like, yo, you can do this, right?
Yeah.
Just give him different looks, like a lookbook almost. And so basically, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy came up to me, he's like, yo, those pants are crazy, bro. He's like, yo, you made those? And I was like, yeah, woo. I'm just playing it cool, like, you know what I mean? Whatever. He's like, no. He's like, bro, like, you're sick. He's like, yo, you're just crazy. Like, I've never seen no shit like that. And I was just like, nah, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Woo. And then he was just like, yeah, dude, my guy, I don't know if you know Miguel. He's like, my guy, he, he's on the show. I think is it on Netflix? Making the Cut. No, it's not Making the Cut. It's with the guy from Migos. Offset. Yeah. And they have Beyonce stylist and the lady from Union. Yeah. They have her on there. He's like, bro, you should do this show. He's like, yo, Mickey, come over here. So, coincidentally, when I first moved to LA, because remember, guys, I was broke.
Right.
You know it's fun. Remember MF Doom said, I hang with cats that, you know what I'm saying, keep cash, but, you know, talk about the broker times or brag about the broker times.
Yeah.
That's my next caption right there.
That shit is so relatable, dog. Like, I'd be so proud of not having, like, in the past, not having money for real.
Yeah.
Like, cause like you look back at yourself and how ambitious you were, you know what I mean, and how like determined you were, and like how like just full of belief you were. You know what I mean?
You think as a creator that gives you a different perspective compared to like creators that maybe have money growing up or starting?
Yeah, bro. Because rock bottom teaches on the mountaintop could never.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, a lot of times people get mad at like kids that come from nepotism and come from money, but like that's hard. Because at the end of the day, everything they know I can pick up and learn.
Right.
They can't pick up instincts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm from 6 Mile, East Side. You know, I'm from the same hood that your favorite Detroit rapper's from. You know, so I had 2 parents that kept me in the crib for real, but I'm from around the way. It's certain things, certain swivel, certain pivot, certain instincts like that just are very applicable that make me a good designer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That make me good at like creative direction, that make me good at life. because I pay attention to everything because I couldn't afford not to pay attention as a kid.
Right.
Because that shit could get you robbed or get you in a bad situation. Or
Yeah.
get you jammed up. You feel me? So you know that's how like hood dudes. Yeah, throw that
Yeah.
in, you feel me?
That's like what Drake said. This type of shit you make when you go through it.
Yeah. So it's like you can't teach nobody that, but I can learn the ways of the, plutocracy, or
Right.
the aristocracy. Gotta say it with a whisper.
What do you think are like some of the top things that have helped you from that background to designing now?
Just like little stuff, bro. Like I remember being a kid.
It's
and
like picking up on like little cues, right?
Yeah, like just little stuff because you gotta pay attention, dog. Like not paying attention to make you a lick, and you don't want to be a lick.
Right.
There's a lot of things you want to be in life, but a lick ain't one of them. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? What Kendrick say? You don't want to be an easy come up. Money trees, Halle Berry, High and Lily.
Oh shit!
what I'm saying?
Let's
Put that on
go.
my story later.
Yeah, yeah.
Tag AZ.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
So going into the show, then how was that experience? You know, the first episode with all the cameras, all that good stuff. How did it feel?
It was a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was overwhelming. Like you feel like you be ready for some shit like that until it happened. Like when
Well, first, can I ask, like,
What's up?
how did the process come about of, like, because you said it was the guy Mickey, right?
Yeah, so
And then it kind of...
Yeah, so like basically he was like telling me like immediately because the guy brought him over and kind of put him on the spot. It's like I said when I first moved out here back to me being broke. I like talking about it, or not me. Excuse me. I gotta watch my tongue. Back when I was broke, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Financially at least. You know what I mean? Like he had came up to me, and Mickey was just basically saying like, oh, okay, I'm losing my train of thought. My fault. This is what I was trying to say. So basically what ended up happening was when I first moved out to LA, you know what I'm saying? I had tried to apply at Miguel's store, and he couldn't hire me because he had already hired somebody. But he liked me. So we were always cordial. We didn't really have a real rapport at that
Did
time.
he fuck with the leather pants? Or
He
was
was
he
fucking with the
similar
leather
with the
pants.
other guy?
Nah,
Okay.
he was fucking with me.
Okay,
He
was
just
better-
couldn't
was
hire
better.
me because he had already hired who he had hired. I think at the time, it was a couple people that were over there. And so, like Amber and all them were over there, yada, yada, yada. And so they were already jammed up, you know what I'm saying? The roster was full, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a free agent, they couldn't sign me.
The cap space.
Yeah, the cap
It's too
space.
much.
They didn't have the cap space. You know what I'm saying?
Relatable.
And
The
so-
Lakers wanted to sign me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? But no, so basically, he knew me from that. So he's like, yeah, bro, you've been around for a really long time. You have really cool style. Yada yada yada, blase splee. He's like, yo, I can't make any promises. And he started showing me like the messages of designers. He sent so many designers stuff. It had to be like 50 messages, and like the directors or the producers weren't rocking with him. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, they're not liking anybody. And like, to be honest, bro, like, I mean, I want to see you on it, but he's like, dude, like, I don't want to also like tell you something and not happen,
Yeah.
So he's just like, look, man, like, I'm gonna send it, and I mean, just make sure you're paying attention because they hit you, they're gonna be ready to go, bro. Like, they're about to film the show like really soon, and then they end up casting me like on the spot, like type shit. But I literally got discovered on some 1988 shit. Like, I was just walking down the street, middle of the mall, and somebody was like, oh, you got it, and I was like, okay, bet.
How fast did it happen, like, from that day to, like, when you started shooting?
It was really fast, man. It's crazy because the universe does things, right?
Right.
And so like basically, like God is good, and like it was actually my 26. So I was 26. We started filming the show on the 27th of March, or not 27th of March, excuse me, the 24th of March. You know what I'm saying? On my, which is the day after my 23rd, or excuse me, the day after my birthday, which is on the 23rd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's so crazy about it is when I first moved to LA, I know I keep going back to it, but I was trying to find an apartment, you know what I'm saying? But I moved out here so fast that I didn't even do any research. Like, I literally just moved
Yeah.
out here. Like, I thugged it, you know what I'm saying? So I was staying at a hostel that was at the, it's a hotel downtown called the Freehand. And so I was literally like waiting for my apartment to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like literally surviving off of like $100, $120, like crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ready to go home type shit. And so I was at the Freehand, and then so when they dropped us off for the show, we end up staying at the Freehand, but like in the nicer rooms, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like some full
Yeah,
circle shit,
like,
like
comes
that's where I
back.
lived when I first moved to LA.
Yeah.
You feel me? All this shit probably sound crazy, but it's not.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so like basically I end up, the place that I was coming, when I first moved out here, and I was trying to find like sanctuary in, and I was like, nigga, I cried one night going to bed, bro. You feel me? Because I was so afraid to have to go back to Detroit. You feel me?
Right.
And I just knew like I was supposed to be here, but I couldn't figure out how I was gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I was worrying. And worry is like the complete opposite spirit of the Lord, actually. And so, like, it's crazy that years later, full circle, I would be staying there for an opportunity that would change my life. You feel me? So
That's crazy. And then so then go into the whole experience of the show. Like, how was the feeling of the whole environment that you're at?
it was intriguing, man. I mean, I really enjoyed it, bro. Like, I mean, like, it's like one of those things, like, where, like, when I was on the show, I was very candid. So, like, how I'm talking to y'all is, like, how I was, like, actually being when I was on the show, you know what I'm saying, type time, you feel me? So, like, it was a lot. I mean, you know, you think you'd be ready for it, but when they pull out all them cameras and shit, and you got people following you around every second, bro, and you, like, mic'd up, and they keep a mic on you all day. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And it's like, I
That's
don't even,
another
but the mic is different. I think they wire that shit to your soul. They can hear your thoughts, bro.
We wouldn't be good on that show.
No, not really. How was and then so when you created the varsity jacket, bless you.
Bless you.
How was the whole like thought and process into it?
You talking about the piece I did for the Virgil joint?
Yeah, the Virgil joint.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of different things, man. It was kind of one of those situations to where, like, you know, I really respect Virgil's legacy and his imprint because I feel like he was a Renaissance man and, like, he created an ecosystem around himself that was larger than himself, and he really ingratiated and elevated a lot of creatives, and he made something that would surpass, you know, his lifetime 1,000 times over. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, he created intergenerational wealth for other people outside of himself. So I really respect that. And, you know, there was just different dialogues that happened, you know what I'm saying, that inspired me to have that moment. And I felt like, you know, as somebody who has a certain reverence for all the guys that came before me, not just Virgil, but we talking about Taz Arnold, we talking about Don C, we talking about Jerry, we talking about Ivan Jasper, we talking about Ye, we talking about everybody that made it possible, you know what I'm saying, for somebody like me, because it's like all full circle. Like, I remember even speaking to Ye, like, I remember like when I was like 20, or not when I was like, I remember in like 2014, 2013 when Yeezy came out, they had this projection thing where they were like projecting like these they were projecting these like images, like, you know what I'm saying, onto like buildings, and they were playing like Yeezy, and they were playing or Yeezus, and they were playing Blood on the Leaves, and we were literally running around downtown trying to find these projections, and we found them. But like those moments like sparked creativity in me. You dig what I'm saying? It's like all of the people that made it possible before me, I have a certain kind of reverence for it. And so that was my way of kind of showing homage to that whole era. You feel me? Like the guys that were the people of color that, you know, made it possible for guys like us to sit here and have these dialogue and have these conversations, you feel me? And so like the look was inspired by, of course, Virgil on the top, you know what I'm saying? I put his birthday, you know, and you know, all that stuff on the jersey. You feel me? The pants were leopard print pants, which were in homage to Taz Arnold. You feel me? I put the shoulder pads in it, and then I put on the polo in reference to the polo, you know, Ralph Lauren era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just my way of paying homage, bro, and holding it down for the culture, bro. Because sometimes you can't really get into things, and sometimes you can't really respond in the way that you have to be mindful of the way you respond to things, man. So I just put it into the art. You feel me?
So, like, in terms of the show, is it actually like that when you're, like, doing it where it's, like... Because there's a time constraint, right? It was, like, an hour?
Nah, it was real. Like, they would be like, yo, we need you to create 4 looks in 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, we really had that amount of time. And so, like, and then the thing about it is you have to send your stuff in blindly. So it's like, for me, you have to understand, I was only 2 years into designing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, now this show would be a totally different situation. Like, if I did that today, it's like, oh, different.
It's, like, way more up, right?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. You have to understand, dog, like, I basically was one challenge away from the finals, bro. And at that time, I was very green. You know, today, I'm still green, but I'm at least dark green.
Yeah.
I was, like, light green.
Now you're like
that.
a forest green.
Yeah. I got a little wisdom to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the point of it is, like, yeah, like, that shit was, like, it's a crazy situation, bro, because I was, like, literally having to create in front of people. You got cameras everywhere. You got a camera over your notebook. You got cameras here. You got producers asking you 1,000 questions. You got to understand, like, these producers produce all these shows, bro, so they know when you lying. They like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know when you lying. They know when you up at night. They know what you thinking. They know when you're naughty. They know when you've been nice. Remember, the camera's mic'd up, so you could be having an interaction with somebody talking to, like, not me personally. I was kind of chill, but say, like, just watching things from third person.
Right.
Somebody was talking about somebody, they could hear that. Oh, what did you think about such and such?
So you think, like, when they hear stuff like that, would they kind of create certain situations to kind of like, cause it's kind of like a reality a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really manipulate. I would say they were pretty good about that. Like, they didn't manipulate the variables to try to really create distinction amongst us.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, and I tell people this all the time, like, if you don't know who you are, the worst place you could be is in front of a camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times, like, people got in front of that camera, and I'm saying, like, I won't say anybody in particular. You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell us outside of the camera?
Potentially.
Oh, so-
Potentially. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a gangster. I don't believe in telling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a test, actually. Yeah.
You feel me? But basically, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people, I'm talking about when that camera would come on, they'll snap into that mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a very non-positive interaction with somebody on the show. You know what I'm saying? It's all love now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that camera do something to you.
So they were like chilling to you, like before it was on, and then when it would turn on, they were like,
yeah. Because everybody want that, you know, that camera time. You know, that camera gets to you. You know, coincidentally, what I learned about that is the people who want it the most, the camera. It's kind of like the camera's like a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you over pursue it, it just becomes.
it's like you
gets
can
the
see
ick.
it
The
like
camera
it's
gets
too much.
the ick. You know what I'm saying? But then
Yeah.
that one dude that just kind of play it cool and it's yourself, and that's who I was. You know what I'm saying? No cap. You know what I mean? I think I might take this off. You feel me? Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Let me fix this. Okay, we here?
whoa, I like that.
Yeah. We Rick James now. Okay, yeah. What's up?
But what was your favorite thing that you created for the show? Because I know, like, you got pretty far. I was watching it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah.
You gave us some ratings. Look at you now, my boy.
Come on now.
You know, Offset like that.
I had my popcorn
I
ready.
think he liked that.
It's on sweet tea. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my sweet tea ready.
Tender.
And I was like, oh shit, that's a pretty sick vest.
Yeah. Nah, I think my favorite thing was definitely the Virgin joint. Like, I was
Yeah.
in a different zone, bro. Like, I was on a different type of energy. Like, I was like my Mamba moment, you know what I'm saying? Because I was really into that. You know
That
what I'm
was
saying?
they put that on StockX, right?
Yeah, and it sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, humbly. StockX based out of Detroit, too, so that made me feel good on a
Right.
different level. You feel me?
What was like your favorite experience being on that show?
My favorite experience was really just the beginning, bro. Like, because it was a lot, and I started thinking about everything that, you know, that I've been through, and it got kind of emotional for me. You
Yeah.
feel me? But definitely, like, actually, my favorite experience on the show that doesn't deal with fashion was probably the episode where Offset had his kids.
Oh yeah.
I really enjoyed that because that's the thing. People don't really understand it. Like, even with Offset in particular, like when people look at him, they look at him as a rapper. I look at him as a father figure and a man of his family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To his kids. You feel me? Like, I don't look at him as a rapper first.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at people on a different level. Like, I look at them for who they are as a human being before I look at
Yeah,
them for
because sometimes they kind of forget that they're people, right?
yeah, people forget it. So it's like when that episode, you know, I just seen him talking to his kids, and people have an energy signature in the aura, and his energy was so like it just you could tell it was like Bernie Mac show.
Yeah.
This man turn to Bernie Mac type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like kind of cool because I'm a man of community, and you know, like fatherhood is a beautiful thing to me. So I really enjoyed that episode. Like his son, Jordan, was actually our, you know, me and Brian, when we did the group project, he was the kid that we worked with, and he was very mannerable. He kind of reminded me when I was younger, actually. And like, you know, all his kids was like very, like, they were just good kids. And I think a lot of times you could tell a lot by a person, or at least their parenting skills by their children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like a good moment. Like, I really enjoyed that moment. I enjoyed the skateboard episode. You know what I'm saying? Just like all my homies were skaters in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like a football player. You feel me? So I never could skate, but I used to watch it. So it made me think of one of my homies. And crazy enough, one of my homies from high school passed. His name was Brooks. You know, rest in peace. But he was a skater. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I met Paul Rodriguez, I had said that to him. I was like, yo, my young homies would be tripping right now. I was like, actually, they wouldn't be tripping because they were skaters. They probably act like they was too cool, but inside, they'd be tripping for it.
What was the fit that you had done for that challenge again? Because I remember like watching that one, and I'd seen a lot of crazy fits that they made.
Yeah, I think it was the I did a crisscross so much. So like when I was a kid, I used to really love crisscross. You feel me? And so basically, it was like a double-sided jersey that you could flip and wear either way. And then I had these pants that were actually forward, but they were backwards. So they were like actually backwards, but there was an invisible zipper. So you could actually undo them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did like the tiger on them, like in reference to like a Vizu and like Red Monkey and that whole Bathing Ape. You know, I got me some Bathing Apes era. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I was wondering like, when you guys do those challenges, like how much time do you have to like think of the concept, where you just get thrown right into it?
Oh, you got to start working. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Which was kind of to my advantage, man. Like that was a big thing on the show. Like a lot of people felt some kind of way because I wasn't doing like the technical work and I wasn't sewing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like, you know, at the end of the day, like sewing is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but sewing is not like, it can become a gift. You can utilize it to express your art, but it's not inherently art. Sewing
Yeah.
is like being a plumber and an electrician. It's a skill. No one's born with a greater propensity to sew than the next person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like the greatest designers, a lot of them don't. So like Ralph Simmons didn't sew. I'm not about to just like start airing out people like for they're not sewing or whatever. But I'm saying a lot of like our favorite designers fundamentally never use sewing.
Yeah.
Because the gift is like what's given to you. It's the way you perceive things. It's the way you interact with colors. It's the way you interact with culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like DAUM, you for example, you see the Yeezy Bear and you say, yo, I'm gonna make some house shoes out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, you know, so I interact with that culture. I say, I'm gonna make some slides out of them and wear them outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't teach that.
No.
You can't learn that in class. So like, that was a lot of people's gripe is they felt like they were sewing, but
You think they were like more kind of dependent on their skills more than like on their creativity?
Yeah, because I think a lot of times, man, with a lot of designers, like it's rare that a designer has both.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's kind of like it's like basketball or football. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's rare that somebody's incredibly athletic and incredibly skilled.
Yeah.
And if they are incredibly athletic and incredibly skilled, you get LeBron, you get Kobe, you get T-Mac, you get Grant Hill, you get all of those, Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? All those guys. It's very disrespectful, I'm sorry. But you get all of those guys, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you feel me? Like a lot of times one or the other. So I feel like people that can sew a lot of times aren't inherently very creative.
Yeah.
And then people who are very creative a lot of times are not inherently technical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people have both, and there were some people on the show who have both, but it's rare. You know what I'm saying? It's usually one or the other.
Yeah, and you guys had like a lot of like guests, right? Like guest judges and stuff like that. Who was your favorite that you were able to interact with?
My favorite guest judge. Actually, you know, it's crazy. I really enjoyed the judges.
Yeah.
Just in general, collectively.
Yeah.
La Roche was cool. I rocked with La Roche. You know what I'm saying? We had a Midwest moment because like I had made the green pants and they asked me why I did green with the gold. And I said, because back in the day when I was a kid, you know, down the street there was drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, you feel me? Like they had the green Monte Carlos with the gold rims. So I was making that. So we had a little Midwest moment because I'm from Detroit, from Chicago. But I enjoyed like the episode I won. I mean, let's be honest. Like I'm being biased. So like, you know, the thing with Angelo was cool. You know, I ended up doing. These are actually a part of that drop that I did for the Wake New York. But you know, that was great. Who else did I like? I liked Shy. Like he was cool.
Yeah.
And or is it Shay? Is it Shay?
Shy, right? I don't know, Shay.
Shay, yeah, I think it's Shay. I'm almost sure it's Shay. But I liked him. He was real cool. Like he just had a good energy. Like, he seemed like
How was it working with Angela?
It was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a learning experience. Like, you feel me? You know, he's an OG, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he taught me in a way that, you know what I'm saying, it's starting to set in, you know what I'm saying? And no, I appreciate it. You know, it definitely helped elevate me as a designer and as a creative. It was a great platform, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro, like it's a full circle thing. So
What did you learn with the show and everything towards the end? Like, what did you learn about yourself?
I learned that what I learned about me. Shit, I'm really into me, so I know a lot about me. Nah, I'm kidding. But I learned that I have no ability to code switch. Right? Which is great because it translates really well on camera, right? But I'm always me. So I have like no situational awareness. Right? I mean, I have situational awareness as in like hood instincts and being on the swivel. Like I'm not a dummy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a ham for sure. But then in the same breath, like when it comes to like just certain things, like I'm not able to assimilate. So like I'm still gonna create what I want to create. So like when we did the NBA challenge, like I made a kimono.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else made almost, if you look at all those designs, they all made puffers and pants.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make a kimono. And that sent me home. But I did it. I went out on my terms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had crewed at the end. I had crewed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm emotional. I'm a big baby for, you know.
After the show, what new things came to you from that whole show?
Instagram followers.
Was it a big boost?
Nah, I mean, I got like maybe like I would say 6, 7, 8,000 followers, but they're real
That's a pretty
followers.
big boost for me. Yeah.
I mean, you know, hey, 8,000 real followers versus them followers that people be having. No shade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Nah,
shots
it'd be
fired.
crazy. It'd be crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I thought somebody who bought their followers had something to say.
Damn.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. No disrespect. That's shady. But it's necessary. We gotta reset, bro. People shouldn't have to feel like they have to do that to seem accepted. Like, it's a crazy world we live in.
What are some things in fashion that you like right now?
I like the Yeezy pods. I think that's super hard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy.
Are you gonna get a pair?
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Randall. You know what I'm saying? He actually works on the design team. So I know he had, you know, a hand in that. And, you know, I like the fact that they, you know, they fold up. I think that's super fly. I like a lot of what's happening with Moalola, I believe it is. And like the London fashion scene, I think they're super dope. You know, all my contemporaries, you know, from the show, you know, like Dion and Khan and, you know what I'm saying? Even, you know, everyone was really dope, you know what I'm saying? So like seeing their work, and I like how free everything is. Like, I feel like fashion's a lot more emancipated than it was before. I feel like before it was very uniformity and it was like, okay, we're all doing trench coats. Now it's like like my brand is like retro futuristic. We doing bell bottoms, but making them look like 20,058 or something, you know what I'm saying? And it's all like, everybody has their lane and their avenue, so it feels very free. And we're in an era where as a grown black man, I can walk around with a teddy bear and people think it's fly. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that maybe like because of the rise in popularity, it might be getting too oversaturated? Because I hear that a lot with like other people.
Do I think it's getting too oversaturated? Nah, it can't be.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It can't get oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? Because what's good is good and what's bad is bad. You know what I mean? So if something is good, did somebody score a touchdown? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if something is good, it's gonna stand out. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're a dog, they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if your jump shot is, you know, jumping, it's gonna hit the nets and people gonna hear about it.
What are some things that you don't like in fashion right now?
I don't like. There's a little bit of separatism. Again, it kind of goes back to the whole philosophy of like people that sew versus people that don't sew. It's like very people that are ultra minimalists that like hate people that incorporate colors in their clothes, and then people who incorporate a lot of colors in their clothes that don't appreciate minimalism. And I think there's something that everything offers, and I try to find balance in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I think collabs are dope, but I think collabs are definitely kind of like losing meaning. You know what I'm saying? I think they're becoming more of an ends to a mean than they are coming from a place of authenticity. It'd be like if you had a Dragon Ball Z Dora the Explorer collab at this point.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
it
saying?
feels like
like
every
not
week
make
there's
sense.
Yeah,
Back to
like
back
it gotta
to back
make
to back.
sense, bro. Like we can't have like a Family Guy X, you know what I'm saying?
The Fortnite X Balenciaga.
Yeah.
You know, that-
Why you throw the shot at me like that, bro?
yeah. Or like even like it's like Family Guy X, you know what I'm saying, 700 Club, which is like a church. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like how are we even putting these things together? Like
Daniel
you feel
wears
me?
it at night.
You know, it's like what we doing, like, you know, I don't even want to go there, but it's just like it's definitely a thing. Like it's just the collabs got to make sense. Like I mean, I think it's cool when you put two different worlds and bring them together, but there has to be continuity. Like we can't just make a collaboration for the sake of trying to make money.
Yeah.
And, you know, making money is great. We love money. I'm a fan of money. You like money?
I like money.
You like money?
Big fan.
Big fan. Me too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't love it. I like it though. You know, I love what it can do for you though.
Yeah.
You know, and so like that's the thing. So I feel like it just has to make sense. Like, so I feel like, you know, it's maybe to me collabs. I think the body positivity thing kind of like came and went, and I definitely want to see, you know, more clothes for people of different sizes. Not that it came and went, but I feel like there was a huge emphasis on it that's maybe not being emphasized as much as it was before. I think we maybe should get back to that and start making clothes for bigger people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even some of the athletes I do clothes for, like, I did pants for Matthew Judon, who's like 6'5" and 285 pounds, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, he was so excited to have those pants because the kind of pants I make, like, they don't make those, like, you know.
For
like
people like his size.
B. And I feel like everybody should be able to get fly, so I want to see more of that. Like, you know what I mean? Give me that collab.
Yeah, the only like sizes that they make like that is like at the JCPenney section, the tall and like the tall and
big
big.
and tall. You know what I'm
Yeah, they don't
saying?
got that at fucking Comme des Garçons.
Nah, facts. And we need more of that because not everybody is size 2.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But speaking of collabs, is there anyone that you're trying to collab with?
I'm trying to collab with God. You know, make these blessings fall through.
Big fan.
You feel
Like
me?
that.
But I mean, as far as collabs, like, it's crazy, man. I'm gonna say this. It's not even a long shot. It's actually a reality. I want to be a creative director at Gucci. Though Louis is next to me. You know, we got love for Louis. Shout out to Pharrell. Shout out Virgil. You know what I'm saying? Even shout out Marc Jacobs. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to be a creative director at Gucci. Like, it's wild because actually, I didn't even mention this. Like, I had this GQ article, Andre 3000, and Alexzander Michelle was like one of the main people that they had covered, and they talked about like the Gucci custom jackets, and that was like kind of one of the things that I want to emphasize on my brand. And I just thought all that stuff was really cool. And when I worked at Flamingos, a lot of that stuff was like vintage, and I seen the reference points, and I would be like, oh, that's where this comes from, da 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 da. And I studied the clothes. And one of the first big fashion shows I ever, you know, or fashion house events I ever got to go to was with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? And like, I you know, those are the biggest events that I've even attended to this date. So I want to be a creative director at Gucci. Like, I want to continue because Alexander Michelle is actually one of my biggest
Inspirations?
Yeah, dude, I love his work, bro. Like, even
Yeah.
from like, I just did my first necklace, you know what I'm saying? Like the Baroque style work. I like the vintage and like the colors and just the gaudy accessories and just like the hair and the beads and even the twin show. Like, Alessandro Michelle is like very underrated. Or I don't think he's underrated. Let me not say that because he's definitely acknowledged. But I think Alessandro Michelle is like top 5 ever.
Who's your biggest inspiration with fashion?
Besides Alessandro Michelle, who's my biggest inspiration? It might not even be a designer. I mean, definitely like Virgil. I like what Virgil encompassed as a human being. Like, he inspired me on a human level. Like, when you go back and you listen to his stories, like, he was literally just doing little stuff like that I try to do. Like, even with my homies, like, sometimes you just got to look out for somebody if it makes sense. Like, it ain't always got to be something for you. Like, I done passed on so many different opportunities just because, like, it didn't make sense for me, but it made sense for the next person. Like, a lot of guys that's running fashion now, Virgil just sent a text, bro, based on the stories that I've heard.
Yeah.
He just was like, hey, check this out. I think you like this. And some people hold on to stuff so tight. You know, you can't really receive with a closed hand.
Yeah.
Because you're holding on to stuff. And I feel like the reason he was so abundant is because he was a distributor. You know, he was kind of like Magic Johnson or LeBron. Like, he put up the points, but he also passed the ball. And I respect that.
That's big facts right there. When designing the pants that you designed, how did that like all come about?
So basically, bro, like, when I actually started designing, I got fired from a pawn shop I was working at. And I've been working there for like 2 or 3 years. And I used to do identification of fine furs and jewelry and shit like that.
Can I ask, how did that situation happen? Was it similar with the leather pants?
Nah, bro, I was being a romantic. I used to date this girl, and she had some different issues, and I kept calling off work to, you know, stay at the hospital with her. And they was like, yeah, we don't care about that, B. And I was like, I care about that. They was like, all right, well, care about that and be unemployed.
Damn.
They weren't that hard about it, but basically, they was actually cool about it. But I got fired, you know what I'm saying? The guy who fired me, his name was Chris. He damn near sounded like he was about to cry. Chris was such a nice guy. I hope him and his kids are good. But
Shout out Chris.
Shout outs to Chris right there.
Things like Chris Farouk or some shit like that. But yeah, so basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I you know, started doing like customs. Like, I was taking jeans and distressing them and dyeing them. And then I got to doing wax, and then I got to doing art, and it just came together, and like, it immediately hit. Like, I can't explain it. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I was in Detroit. I was, you know what I'm saying, on 8 Mile at the time. You know what I'm saying? From 6 Mile, I was in the hood, but that jumper went in. And that's what I be saying. Like, it's not oversaturated. If they can find me in Detroit, whoever they are, you know, and now some nefarious shit. I'm just saying, like,
The fashion elites.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could find, if I could get it jumping from Detroit, from the crib, you can get it jumping from anywhere. It's never too much. If you're a dog, they are going to find you. Period. You know what I'm saying?
So going into 2024, what do you have planned? What can we expect for Lab 74, or like even some other projects maybe you're working on that you haven't released yet or talked about?
I'm really excited, man. I think you know, some really cool stuff has happened. Like, you know, I definitely want to do some more stuff, and I didn't even touch on this, man. Like, you know, I did some stuff for Erykah Badu, and like, that was super dope. So I definitely want to do some more work for her. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got a bunch of different. I don't want to put no pressure on nobody because some people done got some clothes for me, so I don't want them to feel no pressure to wear it. But I'm excited to see certain people wear my clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to be a blessing to the community. You know, I think one of the most beautiful things about my experience in LA is connecting with the real culture. Like, you feel me? I be in Watson, you know, South Central and Compton, and like, even one of my favorite experiences this year really was like going to my homeboy Mario, his son Caden. What up, though, Caden? He played for the Crenshaw Rams, and I used to go to the little Snoop League games, and that was the funnest shit to me.
Yeah.
Like, that was the funnest shit to me, because, like,
Yeah.
for real, I'm kind of a charlatan. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I like shit that, like, I look like this, but I'm really a bro for real. So I be
Yeah.
liking, like, bro shit. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that'd be the funny thing, because, like, everybody in Detroit know it. Like, I used to be around all them guys, and, like, people would assume me to be a certain way, or not even to be effeminate, but they assume me to be, like, a weird, artsy, bourgeois guy.
Like not into like certain things that.
But I'm really like a bro for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you feel me? Like, you know, like tapping in with the community has been a great thing. Like, I've been doing this stuff in Watts for like the last 3 years with Think Watts. They do a lot of philanthropy. Shout out to Sticks. So we're gonna do another fashion show on 102nd and Success Avenue, and I think that's important because it's like I remember being a kid in the hood. And, you know, kind of associating nice shit with the suburbs and associating nice shit with you know, like nicer areas because we ain't never had nothing. You know, I had 2 good parents. I had PlayStation and all the games you could ever imagine. But I'm saying as far as having events and festivities, like it just wasn't a part of life. And so like when we did the festival this summer in Watts, you feel me? Like I seen all the kids who wasn't exposed to that, like little boys, like they had that look when I first played Dragon Ball Z or Street Fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that infatuation, like the little girls, like little black and brown girls seeing black and brown women model and be cherished and adored and, you know, saluted. And that makes them feel beautiful because they see themselves in it. So it's like more moments like that. Like the celebrities and shit, that shit cool. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, the athletes and whatever, you know, I got to collab with Khalil. Like that's dope. But the most important thing is really connecting with the culture and being the person I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was a kid, I wanted them experience. And I want people to look at when they come outside, you know, even in like Watts or wherever in Detroit, I want them to come outside and go to the park and I want them to think of those things and think of those bodies that was moving and have those memories and let them know they could do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So that's what's important to me. Like, there's a lot of shit that's important to a lot of different people, but to me, it's, you feel me, like touching the community, that was about to sound crazy. Whew. Touching the community, you know what I'm saying? And touching the hearts of the kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But speaking of helping the community, if you could like give like one more last piece of advice to, you know, people that want to get into designing or creating whatever, what would you like leave them off with?
I mean, really more so than anything, you know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, giving the glory to God, man. I know that sounds like mad wholesome. I sound like Ned Flanders, but man, I'm telling you, you want to get it from God because, like, you get it from people and it's 50-50. People are X, Y, and Z, but God always going to be on your side. And you can celebrate it differently when you get it from. And that source is unlimited and that well won't dry up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man-made wells and lakes dry up. You know what I'm saying? The ocean ain't never dried up. Damn, you know what I'm saying? That. And so, like, that's one. But really just create from your heart. A lot of people look around too much, man. The looky-loo going to get a lot of people. Shout out to Vel, man. That's some Vel Beck shit. But, like, the looky-loo that's another thing. Avoid the looky-loo. Like, the Instagram shit. Like, you feel me? It don't matter. Like, going back to, like, buying. Like, I get it. Like, it's a business thing, whatever. But it's like you want to have real followers. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, not on a superficial level, like, trying to ostracize people for it. Because I feel it and understand why. But it's like, don't feel bad if you only got 2,000 followers. Yeah. Like, do the most with your 2,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's like what's in real life that counts. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, getting, like, good clients. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you know your value. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was charging $900 for pants before I was on the hype type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had decent customers. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my guy Static. He's a big Israeli artist. And, you know, he was patronizing me a lot. He bought, like 4 or 5 sets for me. Top and bottom, jean jacket and pant. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, but at the time, people probably thought it was crazy that I was charging that much. But I understood my value and what I was going to step into. So make sure you price your stuff right. Like, a lot of designers out here selling their work, like, work is crazy, but they selling their work, you feel me, like, not for enough, and your profits ain't gonna make no sense. So you gotta make sure you put value on your stuff. Like, be generous when it's time to be generous, but charge when it's time to charge too. And I mean, really just build a community, you know, treat people right, you know, eat your Wheaties, you know, all that cool shit.
Wow, that's beautiful, bro. Any plugins you want to give? Anything you're, like, you know, working for 2024 that you want to reveal to the people?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the collab that I have with Khalil Dorsey of the Detroit Lions. Shout out to my Detroit Lions, you know what I'm saying? I think they're 11-4 right now. You feel me? We with all that. You feel me? We trying to get that #1 for the NFC. So big ups to them, big ups to Khalil. That's dropping. I just sent some heat to him today. He gonna wear it against them Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully Stephen A. Smith is laughing cynically on Monday. You know, because you know how he feels about the Cowboys. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Skip Bayless is red and upset. I would love that. It would make my spirit happy. I would rejoice. Hopefully, Shannon Sharp is being Shannon Sharp, and we can all have a good time.
I feel like we need to see Shannon Sharp in some Lab 74 pants.
Yo, we got to get Unc in some.
crazy.
We got to get Unc in some Lab 74. I'm with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with Big Unc in the Lab 74 for sure. You know what I'm saying?
But where can the people find you at? On Instagram, on the website, the storefront.
You can find me on Instagram. What's up, AZ? You know what I'm saying? Lab 74 by Alexzander Herschel. You can find me, you know what I'm saying, where God would have me to be just in general. You know what I'm saying? So I might be at the grocery store, like, you know.
Or they might find you down the street and they might put you on another show, right?
Yeah, or that. You know what I'm
That's
saying? You know, hopefully where the bag is, not to be cliche.
Yeah.
But you know, I like what it could do for you and what it could do for others. So you know, we like that. You know what I mean?
Well, thank you, Alexander,
My brother,
for your time.
for sure.
Honestly, it was an honor talking to you, and I can't wait to see you in 2024, 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
You know, we can have another conversation, and
Nah.
you know, if you give us some of your time.
2074.
Nah. Y'all got my time. I'm rocking with y'all, man, and that's on everything. And I'm proud of you, bro, because I remember like, you know, Melrose is going through, you know, a different era and a different phase, but it's like to see you still standing, you know, having your space and still prospering, still smiling, still glowing, you know, having your two beautiful babies now, you know what I'm saying, and having your vision coming to life and having tangible goods that I could take home and bring joy to myself and others. Like, bro, I brought the Yay Bear into the VIP at the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was turning up, like, you know what I mean? I carry this thing with me everywhere. It's like a good luck charm or something, you know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of you, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of everybody that's still on the block, still doing their thing. And just everybody that came up, I feel like our generation, we was like the graduating class of Melrose, man, because there's so many people that's doing good now that they should just be hanging on the block. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm really, really happy to see that, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank
My
you,
boy.
bro.
For sure.
Thank you. Due date home.
Oh, my knees, man. I'm getting old. Shit.
The man you've been waiting
Yeah, that
for.
was good.
The drum beater.